Okay, at 6 o'clock, I'd like to call a caucus to order. First piece of legislation is from Finance. It's an ordinance to contribute not to exceed $5,000 to the Board of Education to help offset Scope's rent. We did this last year. It was $6,000. What we did is the county commissioners, in order to get funding for the Scope Center, they required the host communities to get a 20% match, whether it be in kind or something of that nature. Well, last year we paid $6,000. They had based that on a budget of $60,000. They did get $45,000. Now this year they applied for $50,000, so if we had a 20% match, the school will take $5,000, we would pay $5,000. If they get $45,000 like they did last year, it'll be $4,500. That's why the ordinance says not to exceed $5,000, and that's for the scope for the next year. There was talk last year, if we could get a center where we could put all the seniors, but we couldn't do it for the price we're paying to help keep the center here. Am I correct when I say that, John? Yeah. So we probably should pass that this evening. Any comments or questions on that? I believe I've talked to pretty much everybody on council about that one. Okay, hearing none from Safety Committee. The next two are for Code Red, our phone system, in case we have to put phone numbers out or make phone calls for emergencies or water alerts or anything like that. And the first one is a revised Code Red Next Services Agreement to existing licensing agreement. Provide emergency management phone alert service for the village of Lordstown, its businesses and residents. Any comments on that, Mr. Redick?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. This is a 3-year contract scheduled to start in December of this year. To go totally unlimited messaging, it would cost us an extra $310 for the remainder of this year as a bridge prorated amount, and then our annual will be $4,510 starting in December for a 3-year term on it. And I think everybody's familiar with it, and we'd like to see that emergency if we could.
Okay, and the next one's an addendum for weather.
Mr. Mayor, if I could add something on that Code Red, I'm sorry. Ron and I talked, and I did call Code Red to find out how many of our current residents are signed up for Code Red. There's 46% of the village.
But that's phone numbers. There could be more than 1 or 2 people in that house. Am I correct?
Well, they told me that was residents.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because some residents we have 5 or 6 phones to. But she was giving me information based on addresses.
Okay, because when I read that, I was assuming it said like 1,702 residents. Now, the smaller kids wouldn't get that. You wouldn't think anybody in the school, that'd take out 500 right there, but...
I don't know, that's what she told me. She said the goal was to try to get at least 90% of your residents.
Well, I'd like to see more than that. I'd like to see 100%.
Sure.
Okay, any other comments on that one? And the next one's an addendum for the weather warning system. Mr. Radka.
No, it's also just a add-on to the Code Red service side of it. We're already in that, so it would cost us nothing for the remainder of this year. But they're asking us to do a 3-year agreement starting also in December at $1,500 per year on it. So we'd like to see that pass emergency also.
Okay, any other comments or questions on that? Hearing none, the next one's from council as a whole, an ordinance supplementing Ordinance 9, 2014 and Resolution 9, 2013, authorizing the village of Lordstown to accept a quitclaim deed from the United States of America, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, confirming the acquisition of approximately 6.95 acres known as the SSG John H. Kunkel U.S. Army Reserve Base located in the village of Lordstown, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. This has been a long time coming. When we were first approached, it was probably a year and a half ago, and we did get a copy of the draft deed, and there were no restrictions in there that would create us a problem. So this is saying that we're willing to accept that. I believe we should get this passed, because I know they'll be waiting for it so we can get moving on our plans for that. Any comments or questions on that? Okay, the next one is from Finance Committee. Authorizing Village of Lordstown to enter into an agreement with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to cover its environmental and administrative costs in connection with the acquisition of the previous mentioned property. And declaring an emergency. I believe we want to pass that also so we can get rolling on this. Are there any comments or questions on that? Hearing none, the next preamble is missing from the list here, but it's page 46, and it's an ordinance authorizing the clerk to make the following transfer from the utility fund into the utility deposit trust fund and declaring an emergency. We do transfers on occasion, so that's on page 46. It's just missing the preamble here, so that will be in the regular meeting. Any comments or questions on that? Hearing none, the next one's from Safety Committee, an ordinance authorizing the Village of Lordstown to purchase 3 4RE in-car camera systems for the Village of Lordstown from WatchGuard Video, declaring an emergency. Comments?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is just a ordinance to purchase 3 cameras for the, one for the new cruiser and the other one's to replace some old VHS units that we have in a couple cruisers right now. And the money's already been allocated to police department for that.
Okay, I believe we'll want that passed as an emergency. Any comments or questions on that? Okay, the next one's from Council as a whole, a resolution in opposition to the inclusion of NEO SCC endorsement and vibrant NEO 2040 objectives into NOACA planning policy documents and declaring an emergency. Comments on this? This is commonly known as Agenda 21, and it's basically planning, and have done any research on that. This is quite a bit towards trying to move everybody into the city and private property rights, and it's actually a whole gamut of things, and I don't believe that that will serve our village well to support that. Any other comments on that? Okay, hearing none, from Safety Committee for emergency passage, purchase 2008 GMC Envoy from Sims Buick, declaring an emergency. Comments?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is for a, to replace our unmarked vehicle that we have now. It's going to be a total cost of $7,983.50. We got $3,300 in trade-in allowance on 2 cars. And let's see this pass emergency also tonight.
Any comments or questions on that? Okay, the next one's from Safety Committee, an ordinance amending and restating Ordinance 87, 2013, establishing a drug and alcohol use testing policy and procedures for elected and non-elected officials and full and part-time employees of the Village of Lordstown. This is something where we have a program in place with workers' comp, and we have training classes, and our ordinance, due to the fact that different drugs, sometimes they quit manufacturing them. This is probably a start. We're probably going to have another one come in down the road, but we do have to make some corrections to our existing policy. So I believe we'd like to have that passed this evening. Is that correct, Mr. Blank? Yes. Comments or questions on that? Okay, hearing none, are there any questions or comments on the minutes in front of you for passage? Hearing none, is there any questions on the bills? Okay, hearing none, is there anything council would like to discuss at this time while we're in caucus? I would like to bring up, I did send everybody an email today. I've got a note from Dan Ditkin, who's head of the airport, and they're trying to get United Airlines to fly in and out of here. One of the things they have is they need a guarantee of revenue. They're not going to come and work out of the airport without having some sort of money in a stop-loss fund, I guess that's the easy way to put it. And they're requesting communities, if they would like to contribute, they're asking, they're going by population, if the different communities would like to contribute to this fund. They have $1.2 million in it now. They're looking for another $500,000 in order to make this a reality. I'm merely the messenger on this one. Our share, if they look at the group of where they feel the airport would service, we're 0.51% of that group, and our share of the $500,000 would be $2,550. Whether the council wants to discuss this today, or whether they want to bring it up to the finance meeting. I got the email, so I'm just the messenger today. I did not know there was any deadline or anything on that. They just said that we were seeking contributions from our communities located inside the airport passenger catchment area to assist in this shortfall. The economic development of the Mahoning and Shenango valleys cannot reach its potential until the communities have better connectivity to the world and daily airline service is returned to the local airport. Please see the attached. And if you look at here, they went off our population of 3,417. The percentage is 0.51. They want $2,550. They're asking $48,000 from Youngstown, $30,000 from the city of Warren.
I think I'd like to see what some of the other bigger communities do, and then we could follow suit. Because if they're not going to do it, then our drop in the bucket isn't going to help.
I can concur with that, Karen. Any other comments on that? Okay, and everybody should have had my memo for the CIC. It currently is a 10-member board. I had solicitor do some research on that, and we can reset the number on that board. So I'll be asking under new business for council to approve to go from 10 to 5. I would have 5 people, and I'll discuss that under new business. And I'd like to have that changed, council approved, and then I'll have the solicitor put that into the current bylaws for the CIC, and we'll call a meeting and get that taken care of.
Breathe new life.
Yeah, breathe new life into it, due to the fact that it was improperly buried years ago. So, is there anything else council would like to discuss at this time? Hearing none, I'll adjourn the caucus and start the regular meeting. Welcome everybody this evening. Just please stand and join me for the Lord's Prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bill, if I could have a roll call, please.
Mayor Hill.
Present.
Mr. Bond. Mr. Mansell.
Present.
Mr. Radcliffe.
Present.
Mrs. Jones.
Present.
Mr. Shealy.
Present.
Mr. Reader.
Present.
Clerk Lang present. Treasurer George Evelyn.
Here.
Solicitor Paul Dutton.
Present.
Police Chief Brent Millo. Here. Fire Chief Travis Deasan. Here. Parks, Cone, Ground and Street Commissioner Dale Grimm. Recreation Marty Gibson. Board of Public Affairs.
Present.
Municipal Engineer Chris Kajela.
I'll entertain a motion to excuse Mr. Bond, death in the family. Ms. Marty, she's out of town and had plane connection difficulties. Mr. Grimm has to be excused, and Chris Kajelnik said he could not make it this evening. I'll entertain a motion to excuse those 4. So moved by Jones. Second by Shealy. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'll entertain a motion for adoption of the agenda.
So moved, Mr.
Moved by Reader. Second.
Second.
Second by Radka. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Entertain a motion for disposal of the minutes of the regular meeting held March 17th, 2014.
So moved.
Moved by Mansell, second.
Second.
Second by Jones. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Entertain a motion for payment of the bills.
So moved.
Moved by Jones, second.
Second.
Second by Mansell. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Mayor's report. I have a reappointment of summer help for the parks. Everybody should have had a notice in their box for that. The deadline for the newsletter is Thursday. I'll be going to the printer Thursday morning. As I discussed in caucus, I'll be asking council to confirm a new makeup for the CIC. And I also discussed the contribution to the airport, where we'll just take that to finance at the next meeting and decide what we want to do there. That's for the mayor's report. Is there a clerk's report?
No report, Mayor.
Is there a solicitor's report?
No report.
Any questions for Paul? Is there a treasurer's report?
No report.
Any questions for George? Board of Trustees of Public Affairs report.
No report.
Any questions for John? Village engineer is not with us this evening. Special reports. Police Chief Milhouse.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I've submitted my monthly report for March. Answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions for Brent? Okay, Fire Chief Eastham.
No report.
Any questions for Travis? Okay, Mr. Grimm is not with us, and Marty is not with us this evening. Bill, do we have any correspondence this evening?
No correspondence, Mayor.
Okay, public remarks. If you'd like to make a public remark after I acknowledge you, please come to the microphone and give your name and address so we can get it recorded in the minutes correctly. Public remarks. Hearing none, are there any council remarks?
I think they're trying to flip a coin there, figure out who's going to... Two girls want to say something?
Oh, Howard, you want me to go up there?
Yeah, okay. Come on up, Nikki. Or
Yay! This is exciting news we have. Can we say my name? Can we say my address?
Yes.
Can we tell you how much I pay in taxes this year in the
You don't need
bill?
all that.
Nikki Reed, Newton Falls, Bailey Road. Go ahead.
Kelly Bordner, Highland Avenue. You want me to tell them? We just wanted to let everybody know that from our big event on Saturday, that we raised just under $25,000 for the school. That includes a check from Halcon, or from, I don't know why I keep saying Halcon all the time. From Lafarge, because they should have given more, right? From Lafarge, bless their hearts, Halcon gave 2 big TVs. Travis knows that, and so they were very helpful. I don't know why I keep saying Halcon. It was from Lafarge, and they gave $14,000 to the event. And so with that and what we raised, it's just shy of $25,000. We definitely want to thank the village, in particular, bless Dale Grimm's heart, who's not here to hear the kind words tonight, but he was so helpful to us with getting the tables and the chairs up to the school himself and whoever else helped him, so thank you, whoever that was. And went back, we stacked them for him, and he came back and got them and brought them back to the village for us. So you have no idea how helpful that was when it's 2 girls and our husbands work, and it was tough for us to get manly men help. So we definitely appreciated Dale doing that for us, and for being instrumental in getting the sign set up at the corner so that everybody could see for the event. So we greatly, greatly appreciate the village's help. Thank
We
you.
couldn't have done it without your support and help. And seeing everybody come up there and making donations was amazing. I think it was nice just to see the community, the school, everybody come and work together and made it the success that it was, because we couldn't have done it without everybody. So it was fun.
Rumor has it we'll be there next year, right?
Rumor has it.
Okay.
Rumor
Yes,
does
we'll
have it.
be there. We're changing our date, but we'll be
Yes,
there.
we're changing the date, because
Oh,
we
you're
were going
still
to do
live
March
next year?
28th, but I guess that's like 1 week before Easter. So that would not be a good idea.
So we'll be back to ask for more help. So
Okay. Thank you. Are there any other public remarks? Yes, Tracy.
Tracy Allen, 2814 Hood Street. I also just wanted to approach the council and say a big warm thank you on behalf of the board for your support for the use of your sign, and basically everything that Nikki and Kelly had already said, but a big thank you.
Okay. We're on a roll. Anybody else?
Anybody want to pray something similar?
Hearing none, are there any council remarks?
I'd just like to tell the ladies, I think that they did a great job. You pulled this together in a relatively short period of time. And for it to be that successful in a relatively short period of time, just think what next year's could be.
I know, we're excited and nervous.
I like the
You may have to help us next year, Karen.
Okay, going on committee reports. Finance, Mr. Mansell.
Well, the only thing I have tonight, Arno, is the 5 pieces of legislation. There's 3 from finance and then the 2 from council as a whole. I'd just like to see the support to get them all passed tonight.
Any questions for John? Parks, buildings, grounds, general improvements, streets, and sidewalks, Mr. Reader.
No report this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Any questions for Don? Public safety and welfare, Mr. Radka.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I also have 5 pieces of legislation tonight. I'd like to have support to have them all pass emergency tonight. And then just a reminder to council and as any other elected officials about our drug-free workplace classes that will be coming up in April here. So just wanted to give everybody a heads up. They're coming up starting next week. So that's all I have.
Okay, any questions for Ron? Is there anything from the Utilities Committee this evening?
Bob has had some conversation with the BPA in regards to the O&M agreement with the City of Warren. We're trying to get some movement from Warren on that, but right now it's kind of at a standstill, so we just keep pushing.
Okay, any questions for Karen? Transportation, recreation, and senior services. You're up again.
Yeah, I don't really have anything for that, except that we are going to publish the transportation policy in the newsletter so everybody is aware of how things are going.
Okay, any questions for Karen? Okay, Bill, we got the first piece of legislation.
And Finance Committee for emergency passage. An ordinance authorizing the Village of Lordstown to contribute a sum not to exceed $5,000 to the Lordstown Board of Education to defray rent for use of the district's facility by Senior Citizens Opportunity for Personal Endeavors, Scope, Inc., for the period of July 1st, 2014 through July 1st, 2015, and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Motion to suspend the rules.
Motion by Mansell, suspend the rules. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Shealy. Roll call, please.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Radka, second.
Second.
Second by Reader. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carried to adopt. Ordinance 29, 2014. Next, please.
From Safety Committee for emergency passage. An ordinance supplementing ordinance number 15, 2013, authorizing Village of Lordstown to enter into a revised Code Red Next Services Agreement for the existing license agreement with Emergency Communications Network, LLC, to provide emergency management telephone service for the Village of Lordstown, businesses and residents, and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Motion to suspend.
Motion to suspend the rules by Jones, second.
Second.
Second by Mansell. Roll call, please.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Radka, second.
Second.
Second, Shealy. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carried to adopt. Ordinance 30, 2014. Next, please.
From Safety Committee for emergency passage. An ordinance supplementing ordinance numbers 5, 2013 and 15, 2013, authorizing Village of Lordstown to enter into revised Code Red Weather Warning Service addendum to an existing agreement with Emergency Communications Network, LLC, to provide emergency management telephone alert service for the Village of Lordstown, its businesses and residents, and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Motion to expend.
Motion to
Suspend.
suspend the rules by Radka, second.
Second.
Second by Mansell. Roll call, please.
Mr. Zolden? Oh, he's not here. Mr. Shealy? Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved, Mr. President.
Moved by Reader, second.
Second.
Second by Shealy. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt ordinance 31, 2014. Next, please.
From council as a whole for emergency passage, an ordinance supplementing ordinance number 2014 and resolution number 9, 2013, authorizing the village of Lordstown to accept a quitclaim deed from the United States of America, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, confirming the acquisition of approximately 6.95 acres, known as the SSG John H. Kunkel U.S. Army Reserve Center, located in the village of Lordstown, Ohio, in the current emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion by
Second.
Shealy, suspend the rules, second by Mansell. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Mansell, second.
Second.
Second by Reader. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt ordinance 32, 2014. Next, please.
Finance Committee for emergency passage. An ordinance authorizing the village of Lordstown to enter into an agreement with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to cover its environmental and administrative costs in connection with the acquisition of approximately 6.95 acres, known as the SSG John H. Kunkel U.S. Army Reserve Center, located in Lordstown, Ohio, in the current emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Move to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules by Jones, second.
Second.
Second by Mansell. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Moved by Shealy, second.
Second, Mr. President.
Second by Reader. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt ordinance 33, 2014. Next, please.
From Finance Committee for emergency passage. An ordinance authorizing the clerk to make the following transfer from the utility fund into the utility deposit trust fund and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions?
Move to suspend.
Motion to suspend by Jones, second.
Second.
Second by Mansell. Roll call, please.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Radka, second.
Second.
Second by Mansell. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt ordinance 34, 2014. Next, please.
An ordinance authorizing, from Safety Committee for emergency passage. An ordinance authorizing the village of Lordstown to purchase 3 4RE in-car camera systems for the village from WatchGuard Video, 415 Century Parkway, Allen, Texas, 75013, and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion by Shealy to suspend the rules. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jones. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Shealy, second.
Second.
Second by Radka. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt ordinance 35, 2014. Next, please.
From council as a whole for emergency passage, a resolution in opposition to the inclusion of NEO SCC endorsement in Vibrant NEO 2040 objectives into the NOACA planning policy documents and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Move to
Motion to-
suspend.
Second.
Suspend by Jones, second by Mansell. Roll call, please.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Shealy, second.
Second.
Second by Reader. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt. This is Resolution 6, 2014. Next, please.
And Safety Committee for emergency passage. An ordinance authorizing the purchase of one 2008 GMC Envoy four-wheel drive WDR SLE1 motor vehicle from Sims Buick GMC Nissan 3100 Elm Road, Warren, Ohio 44483 and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions?
Make the motion to suspend the rules.
Motion by Shealy to suspend the rules. Second.
Second.
Second by Radka. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Moved by Shealy. Second.
Second.
Second by Jones. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt. Ordinance 36, 2014. Next, please.
From Safety Committee for emergency passage, an ordinance amending and restating ordinance number 87, 2013, establishing a drug and alcohol use testing policy and procedure for elected and non-elected officials and full and part-time employees of the Village of Lordstown and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions?
Motion to suspend.
Motion to suspend by Radka. Second.
Second.
Second by Shealy. Roll call, please.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Jones. Second.
Second.
Second by Shealy. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt. Ordinance 37, 2014. Is there any old business council would like to discuss at this time? Hearing none, new business, I'd like to go first. I'd like to have council appoint Al Joyner to the part-time summer help for the parks again. He was last year and did an excellent job.
So moved.
Moved by Jones, second.
Second.
Second by Radka. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Also under the makeup of the CIC, Lordstown Community Improvement Corporation, everybody knew it did go dormant. We've had our charter since reinstated, and this does fall under responsibility of council, but I'd like to entertain a motion to have the makeup made from 10 people to 5. The 5 would include mayor, council president, finance chair, and if council president and finance chair would be the same person, have another person from council, the president of the school board, and also a representative from Huntington Bank. We have 2 who said they would make it, either Kathy Campbell or Patty Miller. And if council approves that, then I'll get with the solicitor and we'll get the bylaws modified and call a meeting. I'll entertain a motion to accept that.
So moved.
Moved by Radka.
Second.
Second by Shealy. Are there comments or questions on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. That's all I have. Is there any other new business at this time? Okay, additional public remarks.
Becky Albrecht, Lynch Road. I'd just like to say thank you to all of you that took the time to research Agenda 21 and Vibrant, and this means a lot to this community. A lot of people aren't aware of this. I hope as time goes on, more people will educate themselves because it is an important issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. Are there any other public remarks? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.